addicting. It's like it's like an addiction when you feel like that there's so much shit on your plate and you're like, oh fuck, I'm about to crumble, I'm about to die, and yet you barely are able to hold on. Like, that feeling is actually very, very addicting. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just like feeling you're in control of this chaos, or finding harmony in this chaos is just, I guess, is what it is. Really like top secret stuff, because you know,
can I know?
You're the one that designed the top secret stuff, woman. So yeah, this is like top secret stuff because, you know, people usually don't share their brand, and I feel like we should document this series because I think there's really nothing people can copy from us. Yeah. Right? Because the real thing, I truly believe that you can't really copy off someone, because like their touch and the way that they execute is completely different. So I don't really mind sharing this stuff. And yeah, so this is basically our mood board when we were figuring out like what kind of branding we want to be able to establish, and our brand's going to be called Made in 9, the baby product. Yeah, these are basically all the words and feeling that we want to be able to come across: minimalistic, luxury, comfort, freedom, elegance, balance. The style and the feeling that we're going for right now, I personally feel like the Scandinavian style is very, very like in trend and represents a lot of luxury. That European feeling from is definitely coming across these few years, and I feel like in the next 5-10 years, this is what people are still going to go after. So these are the different baby brands that we are using as reference. I think it's pretty cool. And so what I mean by baby bags, these are the stuff that we're looking for. And then the lifestyles, like kind of merging that into that and having this kind of style, I think would be able to set us apart from all the Amazon sellers. By the way. So these are the different sites and reference. So after we did the mood boarding, we're like, hey, you know what? This is a style that we're gonna go after. Awesome. You know what? Let's look at our next stage, which is creating our brand and our logo and our feeling and the whole theme. So basically these are all the inspiration that we got, and the different drafts of the logo, make it more clean, make it more luxurious, and then we've some of the fonts that we plan on using. We still haven't really fine-tuned which one we're going to be using yet, but I think so far it does really good job so far, and we have nailed it down to, I think, like something like this. Yeah, I think this itself is pretty abstract, and also it represents, it looks nice, like it looks pretty decent, I think, right?
I like that one.
Yeah, this one is what I'm really leaning towards, right? So this is our $1 million brand. There's two things that I want to talk to you about today. One of them is the hijacker. Yeah. And the other one is creating a brand. Yeah. The first one is market niche. We talked about figuring out the brand niche, or the brand message, or the brand message. So we have determined our brand to be called Made in 9. Luxury, affordable luxury. Affordable luxury. Scandinavian style. Right? So this is us. What are the strategies for us to be able to build audience? Right? This is our way to be able to build that $1 million brand.
Facebook ads.
Facebook ads. On what? Okay, what else?
Influencers on Instagram and Facebook. Or YouTube? Just any social media influencer?
Important skill set to have to be able to go from 50,000 square bird's eye view to 30 to 20 to 10 to 10 to 5, right? 5K, what type of task?
Small bucket task.
Small bucket task, task orientated. What's 10K?
The category of what the task is in.
Sure, let's say it's a sub task or a level up from the task, right? And then 20K is like more of a project or a strategy, right? Or 30K is like strategy or determining the strategy. 50K would be the big vision of what we're trying to build, right? We're not selling anything. It went from like 10K, actually at its peak we were at 12K to right now we're selling 0, right? Which is kind of shitty. And that's all, and it just happened overnight when we got hijacked from our listing. So what does hijacking mean? Can you just explain?
Hijacking is pretty much third-party sellers selling on your listing. So what they do is they have ideally the identical product as you, and they sell it through your listing. They can control their price point. They can control the quality of their product. So whether or not they actually sell the right item is actually up to them. And how that affects your product is, first of all, you lose so many sales because people will obviously choose to buy the cheaper option, right?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, once the customers who buy the item receive the item and find out that it's not identical to the one on the listing, most likely you'll get a poor review. What we can do now.
I'm just afraid that they're just gonna keep replenishing their stock. Is what I'm afraid of.
I think when that time comes, then we'll deal with it. I feel like right now we should just turn it on, try to build momentum on our listing, and best case scenario is actually for us to just start selling. I think right now, just to build up that BSR. So when
But what if they replenish their stock? Then we're fucked again.
we'll just build up our sales velocity. Obviously, our PPC ACOS might go up maybe to like 35%. Right now, it's around 25, which I think is really good. But if it goes up to 35 and we start selling 10, 15 a day, slowly our BSR is going to go up. We're going to be located closer to the front page, closer to the first 5 products, and then we'll get our buy box back.
Okay, I'll buy the remaining stock, and then so that they're gonna be out.
Yeah, I think they only have 2. I don't know how accurate that is, but then I think we can do that.
But then are they gonna take us off just because we're against TOS?
I don't know, because with Amazon Seller Central, it actually takes around 15 minutes, or like 15 to 20 minutes to see changes. I haven't seen any changes, so we're still on, right? But then I did get a warning, and so I will switch up the hero image. I'll leave the rest.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
because we're not. Yeah, I'll leave the rest. I'll switch up the hero image.
We're one day out from the night market opening, right? Which is tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. I've been pretty, usually a day out, 2 days out, I get pretty stressed out because there's just so much going on. We're handling with 20, 30 different games and, different entertainment features and 2 different bubble tea booths. Just the labor itself and the roster that we have is over 100 people. But nonetheless, after 6 years of doing this, it's getting easier every year. I guess my tolerance for stress is definitely getting a lot higher. So at one point in time, I feel like that I'm always craving for that feeling when you are going so fast that you're losing grip, but yet you're still holding on.
Yeah.
And that kind of feeling is just so addicting. It's like it's like an addiction when you feel like that there's so much shit on your plate and you're like, oh fuck, I'm about to crumble, I'm about to die, and yet you barely are able to hold on. That feeling is actually very, very addicting. I don't know what it is. It's just feeling you're in control of this chaos, or finding finding harmony in this chaos is just, I guess, is what it is. And it's I don't know. It's interesting.
It's the grind.
It's a grind. Oh, for sure.
It's the work.
I just ran the half marathon and my body was taking a beat. And then the next day, actually not the next day, right after we have an orientation. So I just booked it down here after food, and my legs were still jello-y, and then I'm like, oh my god, we're still dealing with the orientation, dealing with over 100 people, training them and everything, and then didn't get home until like 5 or 6 p.m. And then the next day, same thing, right? Going back on site, building stuff, coordinating with different parties, and really not having enough time to rest. And then the day after with soccer. So the day that I was really sick, I had so much that I need to do, so much that I need to coordinate. My body is tired, my brain is foggy, yet my mind is so sharp. Like I'm like, I need to accomplish like this 100 tasks in order for me to be able to accomplish it and actually move on. And it's incredible how much your body can, and how much your mind can actually control your body and your brain, because even through that amount of beating and also not feeling well, I was able to function throughout the whole day and get shit done, although it was not a pleasant feeling. But it's incredible that with the right mindset, when it comes down to push and shove, you just got to do what you got to do.
Like literally 1 month ago, it was just ground.
You saw it. Oh right, you saw the whole thing.
I have the footage.
Oh, beautiful.
I have footage of the ground, and then built it up.
Beautiful. So in the office, we were working on the branding, the designing, and everything for the bubble tea shop that we have.
Yeah.
We talked about creating a brand that focuses on the clientele of more Asian demographic, right? So we did all the designing and everything, and now this is what it looks like, right? So hopefully this will stand out from the crowd, and that it would give you a really good vibe of, hey, you know what, we're selling bubble tea, and that this is like premium stuff, and that obviously the quality needs to be good, and I'm not saying that our quality isn't good, but in hundreds of booths you got to be able to stand out, and this is, hopefully this is going to do the trick. Yeah? So we just looked at the yucha, and now we're looking at the bubble tea spot. This is more catered towards the Caucasian crowd because it's more fun. They are really into the pearls and everything, so this is what it looks like after production. Right, so this is one side, and then this is the other side. So it looks pretty dope. Hopefully.
I also have B-roll of it too.
Yeah, awesome. So on opening day, we'll know whether this works or not. If we have a lineup, that means good job, Wilson and Julie. If it's no lineup, then bad job, Julie.
Good job, Wilson, if it works, but bad job, Julie, if it doesn't.
Exactly.
Right, so I'm just notarizing your contracts. So your question is?
No.
So just your contract.
Yeah.
They're gonna find their.
Yeah.
Alright, so you took a look at it?
Yeah. We can review it again.
Sure. Do you guys have any questions?